Have you ever been outsourcing for your reselling business and bought items that you weren't confident would sell and they didn't? What about items that you were confident would sell and you're just still sitting on them today? In today's video, I'm going to give you a process you can use over and over again to make sure you're only picking up items that will sell. Hey everyone, my name is Bethany and I, along with my husband Sean, run Trash Pandas Thrift. We are a six-figure reselling business, and here on this channel, we like to share with you all of our experiences, our tips, our tricks, all so that you can start and grow your very own reselling business too. And one of the most important things when it comes to starting and growing that reselling business is picking up items that actually sell. I think this is going to hit home for a lot of us, and truthfully, this is my exact process and the strategies that I've used in our business to make sure that I'm not picking up dud after dud after dud. I feel really confident in my sourcing ability that what I'm picking up and taking home will sell, and to stop making bad buys at the thrift store. If you want to do the same thing, then I have got 3 strategies for you I'm going to share with you right now. So, strategy number 1. In order to stop picking up things that don't sell or even don't sell for enough, you're going to want to use strategy number 1, which is determining if your item is in demand or not. And this is a very, very large category because this can mean so many different things. What does it mean if an item is valuable in the marketplace? Whether that is a range of different markets, right? eBay, Poshmark, Depop, whatnot. The list goes on. Is it the item having a high sell-through rate? Are there more sold of the item than there are active in that marketplace? Maybe the item is a great style-based pickup. Maybe it's a great pickup that has a lot of factors going for it. Maybe it's 100% silk. Maybe it's 100% cashmere. It has a great material. There are so many things can lead up to a really great pickup. However, those things, those kind of checklists that you can check off when you're going down the list in your head of whether to pick the item up, they need to be there. There needs to be a reason you're taking this item home, a reason that for some reason it is in demand, not just because you like it, or in my case, not just because I love it or I think the style is super cute. No, if this is, for example, a style-based piece, it's not do I like it or not, would I wear it? Is this a piece that embodies a trending style aesthetic that people are looking for, that people will buy right now? If it's an item that you picked up because it's a great brand, you're not just picking up that item because it's a great brand, you're picking it up because that brand has a proven track record of selling really great on a marketplace. Maybe it has more sold than active. Either way, whatever you're using, you need to have a proven formula in order to pick items up and take them home and feel really confident about it. Because we pick items up in a variety of ways, I can see and look at an item and basically I need to have an idea of how I'm going to sell the item before I even take it home from the thrift store. That is a number 1 piece of advice that I would give you, and that's honestly what changed my reselling business for the better. If I do not know how I'm going to sell the item, what marketing choices, if I can't even think of the buyer in my head, what are they going to wear this with? Where are they wearing this to? Why are they buying this item? What keywords am I going to use in order to sell this item? If I have really good, strong answers for all of those, I do feel confident picking up that item. Ask yourself those questions and determine if you are buying that item because it has a proven track record of being in demand. That means necessarily not sell-through rate. It could be style-based. It could be a great blend of different factors that make that item sellable, but those factors, those features, and those little check marks, they need to be there. Now, let's move on to strategy number 2. Stop buying items just because you saw them in a thrift haul. And I know that's funny coming from me, but truly, doing your own research and creating your own experiences to draw from are going to create a world of difference, and they're going to help you a ton to stop picking up items that just don't sell. And I know this is a little funny coming from someone who does create thrift hauls. I film thrift hauls. I upload them here for you guys to watch. These are meant to be inspiration, and I create them for you in the same thought space that I personally use when watching other creators' thrift hauls. I never view their voice as the ultimate authority. Instead, it is the first step in researching what I would sell well for me in my store. And that inspiration is a great foundation It is not the end all be all. And I think sometimes it's really easy to let these thrift hauls, these videos of what sells well for other people, cloud our judgment about what could sell really well for us in our stores. Honestly, this is a tale as old as time, right? Just because you could sell, for example, Lululemon in your eBay store really well, doesn't mean that I'm necessarily gonna have the same exact experience, right? That means that, yes, it's really great to have inspiration from watching content creators' thrift hauls. Personally, I do a lot of this. I use a lot of other creators' thrift hauls, their What Sold videos, as my inspiration, as a type of research. However, the apex of that research should be your experiences and your own personal research that you do on the platforms that you sell on. That means if you hear a brand or a style that, for example, even I say in a YouTube video, right? Go ahead and go look at your store analytics. Do you sell that item well? Is that a good seller for you? Look it up, right? This goes for anyone, not just me. And I think it's really important to say, because content creators are not the end all be all authority. We're speaking from our own experience, and I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, I know, for example, that I can sell something really amazing. I have really great luck with certain style aesthetics. And as a style-based sourcer, there's some style aesthetics that I just don't sell as well. And that's totally okay. And that could mean that those style aesthetics that don't sell really well for me, they could sell great for you. Reselling is, it's so hard to say it's objective, right? It seems sometimes that reselling should be objective. If an item has a 100% sell-through rate online, it should sell in 90 days. It should sell just as well for you that it does for me. But that's not the case, right? That is just not always the case. Use your own personalized experience. Draw from your own experience. Draw from your own research. You are your own best weapon. And all of these voices are really great inspiration. But remember to listen to your own voice at the end of the day, going through the questions that I outlined for you in strategy number 1. All right, and last up for you guys, I have strategy number 3. This is going to be when you want to decide if the juice is actually worth the squeeze. Or let's talk about, does your profit margin actually work based on the cost of the item and how much you estimate the item will sell for? So I used to go to the thrift store and I used to just pick items up, take them off the rack, and I would buy them without having an estimated sold price in mind. And that led to me picking up items that honestly, sometimes they would sit. And then sometimes if they did sell, I would be shocked that they didn't sell at an amount that I profited, an amount that I was happy with. And it left me feeling upset and unsatisfied. And now I always think about how much I will profit on an item before I buy it. In the same way we thought about in strategy number 1, how am I going to sell this item before I walk out of the store? It's twofold for me. It's how am I going to sell it, and is it going to sell for an amount that leads me to have a profit that I am happy with, that works for my business. So let's go through an exercise so that you can figure out how to do this for yourself. So let's say we're at the thrift store. We have an item, we're thinking about buying it. The cost of it is $5. Now, let's think about what we think the item will sell for at a bare minimum. You want to go a little bit lower here than estimated in order, honestly, to keep these numbers better, because what if you do take an offer, right? So it's $5. Let's say I want to list for about $45. I would take a $35 offer. Let's say the item would sell estimated for $35. So let's get down to the numbers to your actual profit on this item to see if it's worth our while, not based on what the item sells for, but based on the amount of money that actually goes into your pocket. Because remember, sales price doesn't matter if you're not profiting an amount that is good and right for your business. So we have our $35 sales price, $5 was our cost of goods, so that's $30. Okay. Let's estimate about 15% platform fees. So I'm going to multiply that $30 by 0.85 or 85%, because that's how much I would retain of the cost. That is $25.50 in gross profit. So in my opinion, in our opinion, that's a great pickup for most resellers. $5 to make $25.50 in profit. This is, of course, before shipping costs, all types of other costs like taxes, for example. This would change significantly if the item was $10 or $15 at the thrift store, or if the resale value was only $15 instead of $35. And I don't know about you, but when I was sitting down to write this exercise, I didn't know off the top of my head that it would be a $25.50 profit. Just looking at the numbers, $5 cost of good, $35 sales price. It would feel as if a lot of times I think that we look at that sales price of an item, we think, okay, is that how much I'm going to make off this item? It is about profit. Sales goals, sales numbers really don't tell the full story of an item when you're looking at it in the thrift store. So if you're picking things up and they're not selling, or when they do sell, it's not for enough. This is the exact strategy that I think is going to help you guys the most in order to have expectations that are reasonable for you, for your business, for the work that you're going to have to put in order to get this item sold. And if you look at it, you do the math, you did the math yourself, you plugged in your own numbers for this calculation, and maybe it was $15. And you weren't sure if that's worth the squeeze for you to picture the item, for you to store the item, for how many months it takes it to sell, for you to do all of the customer service for this item, then it's not worth it. And then you should not take it home. Having that profit number in mind creates realistic expectations for you, so you're not left with these really bad feelings after you take the item home that I know all too well about. It's because I didn't do the proper research before I took the item home. Which is funny because now that I'm sitting here and we went through all three of these strategies, the answer is research, right? It flows through every single one of these strategies. And strategy number one, it's research as to whether the item's in demand. And strategy number two, it's research as to whether or not you feel as though you have the right knowledge base in order to understand what you should be taking home. And number three, research into knowing your own numbers. What are your goals? What are your profit goals? So that you know if every item you're taking home, does it meet your profit goal? Yes? Okay, proceed with caution, go through strategy number one, go through strategy number two, and if it doesn't, no ifs, no ands, no buts, put it back. Don't take it home if it does not reach your profit goal. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. These are the three strategies that I personally use. They have truly transformed our business. Creating realistic expectations, sticking to them, and having a goal in mind is what really keeps me on track in our business. I honestly can't think of better advice to sell someone else that was going through the same thing that I was going through a few years ago, and this is what helped me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you all have a great holiday season as we head into the new year. Bye for now.